Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I'm your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys?
All right, we were talking off air, and this is relevant to the Everything Show, and, we're not going to do, because we're going to talk about other stuff besides Walking Dead, but we were talking about the trailer. Now, a lot of stuff came out from Comic-Con, and we had reported it, but people were probably wondering why we didn't talk about the Walking Dead thing immediately, especially since we have a cast for Walking Dead. And it's partly probably my fault, because when I saw the trailer, I was like, meh. And I didn't even talk to these guys about it. And all of a sudden it just came up in conversation that we didn't like it. So it's like, well, let's continue. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I watched that trailer a little while ago. I don't know if it was the day it came out or like a week after. And I was just like, this isn't that great of a trailer. Like, no offense to the people who made it, but it's just, I didn't think it was that good.
You know what it is? Everybody that's in the know, like us, we know that Negan is not going to be around Jeffrey D. Morgan because he's filming Rampage and other stuff. Michonne is filming Infinity War and possibly the other Avengers movie. So she's still with Walking Dead, but she's not around that much either. And they have to do these, they're going to wind up doing the first part of the season, which some episodes are just not going to have them. So to me, like this hodgepodge of, oh, look, there's Michonne, there's Daryl and Carol, there's this, there's that. There's no substance to it. There's no mission. There's no anything.
Background, but that's
it's the same shit with little new things, nuances added. And it's like, all right, there's Rick, and he's with Maggie. Okay. Nothing. All right, big deal. Negan's
that was talking. A reuse thing from 2 seasons ago. That was a reuse season from 2 episodes ago.
And the thing with Negan talking about you're going to piss your pants, well, we heard him say that too, to the priest, Father Gabriel. It's like, but it's the same shit. Like, we want something new. I understand they're taking it from the comics, but to me, it's like boring as fuck. And that's why I didn't even talk to my cast members here about it. And they didn't even talk to me about it because what's happened is we were trying to do Walking Dead casts, and we haven't been enjoying it that much to even if we saw it, some of us wouldn't watch it on Sunday. And then some of us will wait for another day. And even when everybody did see it, nobody was like, I don't want to talk about it. And it's like, how do you have a cast if nobody wants to talk about it? So, but it's not just them, it's me too. And then the funny thing was I wound up liking Fear the Walking Dead a lot. But nobody liked Walking Dead, so nobody can do a show with me. So I was like, what am I going to talk to myself? So it's funny how we just didn't talk, everything we talked about. We talked about all the news and everything. Today is the day we're finally talking off air about Walking Dead, and like everybody's got the same thing. They like the trailer. So, and the thing about Rick being old, like, do I really want to see my main hero be old in a bed with a
I don't know why everybody freaked out with that. Like they showed that scene, and I heard people freaked out when they saw it, and I was like, why?
Yeah.
So what?
Do I want to know? Like, do I want to see a show Walking Dead where Rick is taking his teeth out and he's putting Bengay on, and walkers are outside and he can't even like take a piss, and then he has to fight walkers? No.
He's got a colostomy.
We heard.
I don't want to see that shit though.
I heard in the comics that he might be getting set up to be killed off.
So is that heaven? Is that what they're trying to do?
I don't think so. I think that they're just. I don't even think that, because we were talking about this before. I don't even think that's actually reality. I think that might be like either a dream sequence or
hallucination.
like a hallucination or a delusion or something.
Because they were even saying it's not even a time jump either. It's not even going to look like that.
That's what I thought it was at first, but then when you said that, it was like, oh, okay.
Because I just saw the article, which, again, I'm like, why are you explaining it before the season starts? Why aren't you just not saying?
Combine it with Lost, I'll be happy.
Poor Rick and the group. It's just getting boring.
I mean, they gotta get the ratings up for the show too, because the ratings were going down.
Remember how we said, why don't you do the winter? Why don't you do like a storm front that comes in, like a tornado, or like the environment is affected because of the walkers? Do something different than the comics, where it's like, oh shit, we have to do something about the earth because the earth is getting poisoned.
It's environmental.
Right, and they have to deal with the walkers besides that. But but they just, or even in the winter, we said.
That
They did that in the
see
game.
the winter thing.
Yeah, they did that in the game, and it went over pretty well. I mean, I don't know why they don't just.
Because they probably feel it'd be expensive.
Yeah,
you know
it would, but I mean.
Listen, they used to spend so much money on the show, right? And get people to be tons of walkers. How could you have The Walking Dead without one walker or even a few? I mean, this is ridiculous. It should be more walkers out there than anything. And we don't see hardly anybody. It's like human versus human. It's ridiculous.
I got to tell you, I think the overall, and this is just from what I've seen, I think the overall interest in the show is starting to wane.
Oh, definitely.
I think that the whole zombie craze thing is finally petering out to like its final year or two.
Yeah.
And eventually people are just going to be like, look, we don't care about the show anymore. Because I got to tell you, when I heard that what were they saying? Oh, we're planning to go to season 12 or something.
Yeah, no way.
I was like, yeah.
No way.
Let's not go to
No.
season 12 unless they have some sort of amazing storylines planned that are like unbelievable to watch. I mean,
They
I don't
might as
know,
well just do what Doctor Who's been doing. Just do a special.
I think that they should. I think they should go out on a high note.
Yeah.
I think it was MASH. At least they went off on a high note.
Yeah, then After MASH sucked.
Yeah.
But
And that After MASH was created for those people who wanted to
couldn't take MASH being off the air.
Yeah.
People couldn't handle it. Because, again, you lose, like, say, Game of Thrones or something, you're going to have a heart attack. It's like, I watched that tonight. I'm like, this is the greatest shit ever. And I was even telling Sharon, I'm like, it sucks. Next year it's going to be over. It's like, I'm so used to it. Just like Doctor Who, we're used to it. But the thing with Walking Dead is not that. We used to, like, make a party out of it. We used to order pizza, get food, everything. I haven't ordered pizza. I don't know how long when Walking Dead comes on or you Fear the Walking Dead. And it's like a thing where it's like, how could you stretch it now? Because we're watching it and I'm like, we do still watch it. It's not like we went to the DVR. And,
but you don't make it a special effort.
Yeah. But, excuse me. Jesus. Hold on a second. I like a friggin' mosquito. I'm battling
I was
mosquitoes.
wondering what that was on your wall back there. I thought it was a spider at first. Because I saw this little thing go down and down. I thought, well, maybe it's on my teeth. Maybe it's on my monitor. Maybe it's a thing of dust. Maybe it's a spider. And then when he said it was a mosquito, I understood.
What, you saw it in my background?
Yeah, I couldn't
Oh,
tell.
shit.
I wasn't certain what it was.
I'm seeing this. I think it was a spider.
Yes,
and it's like, and it was like I'm like, holy crap, what the hell was that? And then I just went to hit it, and of course it's like, it's got a super strong. It's alive, and it's probably gonna kill me later, or it's going to
Welcome
give me
everyone to the Everything Show with insects.
the insects cast. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna become radioactive. Maybe I'll climb walls. Anyway.
Maybe you'll become a mosquito man.
God. Actually, it's a spider. It is a spider, but
that's even better.
The problem is, if you're gonna kill the spider, kill the spider. Don't piss it off because, yeah. So too many videos where they have like 1 million babies. But anyway, I want to hear that. All right. So what the hell are we doing? Oh, Walking Dead. Yes, that's right. So it's enough already with the stupid music to the background. Like, let's get ready. We're going to war. Every freaking season, you're going to war. You're going to war with this. You're going to war with that. Negan's the bad guy. Governor's the bad guy. Could we do shit just about walkers? No more humans. Could we do a thing where the people, and I'm sorry, I know we like the cast and stuff, but could we have the people get so fucked up by the walkers, they just get fucking killed? That I know, like Kirkman or whatever it was, I think it was Kirkman, right? He says, oh, they're so good in the comics that they're such like professionals that they don't get bullshit. If you fuck up, you fuck up. They should have fucking walkers everywhere. They should take fucking people out. There shouldn't be a rule that somebody has to witness somebody's death, because they can't even have somebody die the right way anymore. Like, you'll never have somebody go out on a mission, and of course they'll never kill Glenn out there, because then they'll never know if he's alive or dead, because they have no communication and stuff like that. So, like, let's just wipe out half the kids. And I'm not trying to say this, but we're on year 8. Okay? No more human versus human. How about shit's so fucking real that you don't even have fucking time to have human versus human, because Negan's at the gate says, look, bro, fucking, they're eating animals, everything. I can't fucking control that shit anymore. Fuck it. Let's just destroy these motherfuckers. But no. it's they're able to walk around, they're able to sleep in their cars, and no fucking walkers are coming around. And communities and bullshit and walking around. There should be tons of fucking walkers everywhere.
Honestly,
Enough.
I think there's one of two things, and they could even do both really if they wanted to, but they should either introduce a new type of walker. You know,
Well, they
like say
did
that,
in Fear the Walking Dead.
well, no,
they did.
I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm
Maybe
saying
that's
something
why they've got
a
the
lot
Fear of Walking
different.
Dead, so you get your fear there.
Or what they should do is make a new villain that's not in the comics.
What
Make
I think
something that's not in the comics. That way, nobody can say, "Oh, I know where this is going," even though they do change things here and there. Make a new villain that's exclusive to the show.
they need to bring back the guy from season 1 that saw the future visions, and he said that he was digging for because people were going to die, and the people died, and he put those bodies in there. And then he told Rick he saw a vision of the future where he said, "Stay with the boat." Right? They left him on the tree. Make a reveal that he's part of a community. He never died. In fact, what he looks like is he looks like a walker, but he's still alive and has his intelligence. And make it that his body chemistry is different, where he's an intelligent walker, but he's not really a walker. He just looks like a walker. And the walkers don't go after him. Do something different with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Do a mixture between a walker and a human. And then you have that element to it, where the walkers won't go after that person. And then you have a whole bunch. Now, if he bites,
as a walker.
And then if he bites somebody, they are like him, not like the walkers. Their bodies are falling apart, but they have intelligence.
They could do a whole thing where, like, a government agency or something survived, and they're experimenting on the walkers, and it's because of those experiments that the walkers are starting to change. You know, do something like that.
Mm-hmm. They can make animals.
Yeah,
like Resident Evil.
Never do.
They're like Resident Evil. But they don't want to go that far because it's too expensive CGI. But
I mean, even if they wanted to keep it where it was just humans, I mean, there's so much that they could do, and I feel like they're just not doing it because I mean, I agree. I mean, I understand that they have a point in the show of trying to show that you know, humans become worse in situations like this, but I mean, how many times can we do that?
I'm done with it. I'm done with this human versus human shit. Because it used to be, you know, our top seasons is 1, 2, and 3. I guess when Darabont was on there. And then when he's gone, then they went off on tangents and they started doing weird shit. And especially when they had the thing with Woodbury. I didn't give a fuck about Woodbury. And I'm sorry for cursing, but my frustration's coming out because, like, I don't want you to experiment to see if you could do Walking Dead stuff without Rick. How about you experiment on your own? Don't do shit like that. And I didn't like when they had fillers. I didn't like it when Rick didn't fucking appear and his groove. That shit sucked to me. I don't like filler episodes. If you're going to do filler episodes, then cut the episode count down. You know what I'm saying? I know you want to do characterization episodes, okay, but like Rick has to be a part of everything, I think. I mean, he should always appear. He's the main guy. You know? And if you kill him off, I'm done. Because honestly, there's been shows in the past where they tried to kill off the main character and they have done it, and then it fails. It ends. It fails. I mean, you know, it's happened. So if they're so pumped to kill off Rick, I guarantee you if they kill off Rick Grimes, the ratings will go in the toilets. I guarantee it. I'm telling you right now. If they do it this season, it's over. It's over. I won't watch it. Why should I? Because the guy started us with Walking Dead. Why would I care about Tina and Father Gabriel and what is Daryl gonna take on Negan? Or like, no, I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't care. And no, I don't want to see Carl, old Carl, and I don't give a crap about Carl taking over, and I don't want to see that. I'm worried about my hero, Rick. That's it. I don't care. I mean, yeah, I want Carl to live, and I want this one to live, but it's not. It's about Rick. It's not, to me. It's not about the next generation and shit. Because who knows even if Carl can make it in the future anyway. You know what I'm saying, Chris?
Well, point you made a good.
I'm losing your audio, Chris. Chris, we lost you.
Put up signs.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Now I
Yeah.
can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
You there? You're not there.
I think I turned my. Yeah, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was saying before, you made a good point, and you made me think. Daryl is a character that's not in the comics, and he's arguably the most popular character on the show. Why couldn't they do that with the villain? Why couldn't they do that with making different walkers? You know what I'm saying? There's no reason that they can't make up new things still in a way that it doesn't like completely change everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So why not do something like that? Make it different so that people who have read the books would be like, hey, this is new. Not everybody will like it, but, you know.
Why do they have to have it like Rick has to be the one to kill Negan or screw up Negan? I know it happened in the comics, but what if he just gets fucking eaten by walkers or something? Or what if like Carol just fucking kills him or whatever?
Yeah,
like
twist.
let's just do something to get off the comics in a way where it's fucking. Because here's the thing: you go pick up the fucking comic, you can read the whole thing, and you're waiting for it to happen. This is why the ratings are going to start dropping, because you're fucking waiting for shit to happen. But if you really want to test your writing skills, write on the fly something friggin' new.
Away from the comics.
Exactly.
Everybody loves Jeffrey D. Morgan, but after that whole gruesome thing, which again, while it was monumental, it was tough to watch, and it's probably the most controversial thing in history. After that, you wanted him to die anyway, because you're like, oh, he's son of a bitch, and we had that depression in half of the season, and then they got to. But I gotta tell you, the last episode where everybody just fucking conveniently comes around the corner, and then the fucking bullshit speech of like, let's save Alexandria. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, there's no fucking way that everybody arrives at the same fucking time.
No.
This is not a movie. You need to do it like reality. That doesn't fucking happen. You know? And the fact that, first of all, how does everybody know, right, when they're shooting, who the fuck to shoot? All right? Like, King Ezekiel has no fucking clue who's Alexandrians. He has no fucking clue who's in this group. They're shooting like they know who the enemy are. It's not like everybody's wearing uniforms, right? How the fuck do they know who they're shooting at? How do they know? How do they distinguish any of this shit? You know, and again on their knees, Rick and fucking, I was gonna have a heart attack. I'm like, again. I don't want to see that shit no more. Where Rick is bowing to fucking Negan and he might kill Carl. No. I'm sick of it. I don't want to see that shit no more. No fucking more. I want Rick to fucking be a badass motherfucker. I want him like, no fucking characterization, no human shit. No, fuck you. I'm killing you. That's it. Don't do like all the fucking, this is the politically correct thing to fuck. No, fuck you. He did this. He killed it. Fuck you. You killed Glenn. Fuck you. You're dead. That's it. That's it. No, there's bullshit. There's, oh, I need to do. No. Go kill fucking Negan and that's it. Move on. The Walkers, no sooner than, here's the thing, you want to write something great? You fucking, first half of the season, you kill off Negan, then all of a sudden shit gets so real, they have no fucking clue that there's fucking thousands of Walkers every fucking place. And now all the people that work for Negan have to team up with Rick because shit's fucked up.
Have it set up this way. Negan had set up a plan to where so long as he was around, the Walkers didn't do anything. But yet once he's dead, that little battle plan went to shit.
Where was that group? Where was that group that had the sound with the trailers? They trapped Daryl. That group's not even fucking here. That group where they had the sounds, they had the trailers, there were music, and the Walkers were all in the trailers. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole fucking group we didn't even fucking see. They're doing a background. What is it, the Whispers or whatever they are? Like, who the fuck are they? Like, you know, like, seriously, I don't read the comics, but
write these things out no sooner is the season over.
Listen, you got to stop.
Or
You got to look at the show. You're going to say, listen, if I'm going to make it to season 12 or season 15, I'm sorry. Yes, we got material to use for the comics, but fuck it. We're not we got to go in a completely different direction. Maybe we can revisit that at a later date if we run out of stuff. Like maybe something happens, like everybody, they have to go on a mission to some other fucking place. Everybody, I'm saying. Something happens where everybody starts to get sick, but not going to become walkers, but something, some other virus or some other shit.
Yeah, some sort of contamination.
Right, like they did with Herschel that time when they had they were getting sick from a different version of the virus or whatever. But, like something. But you need to change it up. It's getting stale. It's getting boring. How many fucking times are you going to do the same shit? And I always said, staying in Alexandria, I know they got to do it now, but that's boring. I liked it when they were on the road, and I know now as time goes on, it's harder and harder to go on the road because there's no houses that anybody didn't beat. I understand that, but this shit is getting ridiculous with this man versus man shit. Make animals effective. Why ain't the wild animals all over the fucking place? Because nobody's monitoring the zoos, nobody monitoring everything. It's chaos everywhere. Why don't they have problems like that, like wolves and shit or something?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think, Chris?
Did the walkers kill them all, or did they herd them somewhere? Or
what do you think, Chris? I mean, you agree or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with them doing, having human villains, but I think that, how many do we need? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many major human villains do we need? I think that they should do something different with the walkers, something that's outside the comics, and or make a new human villain who, like I said, I think it would be really interesting for it to be like a, maybe this group that used to work for the government, that was part of the government, they survived, and they believe, they believe that they're the last part of the government, and they're trying to reestablish control. So they're doing something maybe to get the walkers to kill other walkers, and they're experimenting on them and whatnot. And they create like these new walkers. Nothing crazy. I'm not talking about like Resident Evil style things, but like maybe these walkers are a little more intelligent. Maybe they, they can use simple tactics and tools and stuff. And then you have the human villain who's not in the comics, so that's something new. They have their own group of humans, but they're relying mostly on these enhanced walkers, let's say. And, maybe they even have some sort of, like, I think it would be really interesting for you to find out, like, maybe they have a character who they're actually treating whatever's going on with them, not curing them, but they're treating them with, like, an injection or something every day. And something, something that would make it seem, just something to make it seem a bit different. I don't know why. It's basically the same show we're watching, just cut and paste, with these villains. Like, okay, season 1 we had this person, season 2, the governor, season 3, I'm not going by the actual seasons. I'm just saying, season 3, Rick. It's like watching a movie, and the villains almost always have the same intent. It's like, why am I watching this?
I think one of the biggest, for me, the biggest letdown in Walking Dead history, the biggest low points, was when Rick was in the fucking hospital with his group, and then the fucking cops were running the hospital, and then the fucking girl died. Like, that was Maggie's. No, I gotta say, to me, when I watched that whole episode leading up to that, that was like a bad fucking B movie. That's as if you had Species, and this was like Species 4. I mean, this shit was so horrible, I thought, that I'm like, why the fuck is this one even a villain? Like this cop lady that she's ruling all these people. This shit sucks. And then the sad thing is you don't fucking mention it. For how many fucking episodes Maggie doesn't mention it? That her fucking sister got killed. It's like, and it's just like sometimes there's so many fucking characters on there that they forget to mention shit. And they're like, oh yeah, we gotta mention it. Right, Chris? I mean, how many times that happened?
Yeah.
And we're like, well, don't make it like you're too busy to fucking mention your sister died. That's fucking ridiculous.
I got to tell you that there was, this is a little bit like off the topic, but there was that one episode where they were in Terminus. This is going to be controversial to say, I know, but they were in Terminus, and that they were about to get killed, and then friggin' Carol comes over like a friggin' super soldier.
Well, I like that though, but yeah.
I hated that.
Oh, really?
I hated that. I was sitting there like, are you kidding me? Like, I know she got the drop on them, and like, but this woman, let's be honest, okay? Yes, she's been through a lot, and she probably has the better development of any character in the show. But this is still a woman who was a housewife, okay? She's not a friggin' military-trained, like, Green Beret. So
Well-
when I see her, like, shooting mortars and stuff, and I'm sitting there like, are you kidding me?
Right.
That's
Well,
why I want her to get killed off, because I cannot
wow.
I cannot stand her anymore. I
Really?
think it was fine at the beginning,
I
but
love
I
her.
think she is one of the
Inquiring
most
mind.
annoying and, to me, repulsive characters in the show.
Wow.
Every time she's like, "Oh, I want to be left alone," I was like, you know
Well,
what?
that
I
was
hope
bullshit.
I hope you get eaten. I hope you get overrun by walkers and you get eaten. And then you sit there and you go, "Oh, I wish I had so and so around." Like when she was being a bitch to that kid. Who like what?
Who
I was
got
like,
eaten
get
anyway.
over your fucking self.
Oh.
Like,
Right, right.
the worst character in the show. Pardon my language.
Wow. I really
can't
like
stand
Carol.
her.
Wow.
I can't stand her. I liked her better before when she was just starting to become, cooler. That she standing
Right.
up for herself and whatnot. But now she's got to go. I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay. What about you, Scott? Anybody got to go?
Sadly, I have to agree with Chris.
Wow.
This whole garbage, like, oh, I want to be alone.
Wow. I love Carol. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't like what they were doing with Daryl lately. Like, when
Daryl
he's like,
too.
they
Yeah,
fucking. I don't like it when he was with the girl and he was like crying like a bitch, and I'm like, oh fuck. And then like he was like Negan's prisoner, and I'm like, this sucks. And then he was like crying to Maggie. I'm like, please stop crying. Please stop crying. It's like, oh.
Maggie, I like Maggie. I like Maggie a lot. I think she's going through pretty good character development. But like,
I think
Daryl,
if they killed Rick, I think Maggie would be the head of the show.
I do too.
Because there's no way Carl or Daryl. I mean, Daryl's not going to leave the group like a fucking like Maggie would. No way. Now here's another thing. They would try to hint at some bullshit that Madison from Fear the Walking Dead is fucking Daryl and Merle's sister lately.
Oh gosh.
Which I'm like, what the fuck does that come from? Because originally they're like, maybe it's Rick's sister. No, they're trying to make it like they had this big reveal that she killed her father because he used to fucking beat the mother and he used to beat her whatever. And she just made a decision. And I'm like, oh shit, because Daryl's father and Merle's father was an alcoholic, and oh shit, this is what they're doing now.
Plus his ass of the walkers.
Not definite, but I mean, if they did bring them into the show, I would say cancel one of the shows, cancel Fear, and then bring them into the thing. But because Fear, I'm surprised. I do like the last season. It's been getting really good, and it's been better in some cases than Walking Dead. I mean, we had this new walker that was like a fucking super walker. He took the guy, he broke him in half. He pulled him into the fucking wall. And I'm like, holy shit. It's like the Hulk Walker. And I'm like,
Well, that show has an advantage because it's not bound by comic books,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they did shit in there that's really fucking good. I mean,
Which
I can't
proves-
believe how good it's been lately.
Which proves if you get away from the comic book,
Yes.
you can come up with something. But they're so fearful of if they don't stay with the comic book, they're going to offend those who are following it. Well,
They got
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Sometimes you have to step out of the box to create some new
Yeah.
stuff.
They have such
As
an
long as it
ego.
respects,
So
the
long as
source
it respects
material.
the
Yes.
source material. I'm not. Going out.
They got such an ego when the ratings were so high that, we foresee, even if this show ended, we would always have Walking Dead on the air for 20 years, different places, different areas. We could even have something in space. Shut up.
No.
Like, really?
Oh, gosh.
This is not Star Trek. This is not, enough. Like, with shit already. Enough. You're not going to fucking, have Walking Dead on the air for 20 fucking years.
No.
Get over yourself. This shit, yes, it's interesting. I get it. But it has to come to an end. This is not something that can continue. The environment, the food, the everything getting poisoned, the water, the soil, it's not realistic that that they're not having problems with food shortages and shit.
Because
I mean,
whatever's causing the walkers eventually is going to burn itself out.
I don't see this continuing 20 years from now. It's maybe it could come back, like okay, next generation, and now it's started up again or something, and
Yeah.
civilization's back, and now it's gone again. But as much as they want a moneymaker, look, you want a moneymaker. You know what I suggest, and I suggested this before. Being that Planet of the, War of the Planet of the Apes was horrible, and being that, I don't know if they're going to be making movies or not. Do a Planet of the Apes on AMC with the blood and the gore and do the whole thing on AMC. Do Planet of the Apes, something different. I mean, yeah, well, look, people think it was similar with the virus and all that. But
about a few years ago, anyway, there was like I can't remember if it was a full series or a few episodes, but there was a Planet of the Apes series several years ago.
Oh yeah, there was, but the thing is that AMC is looking for a big hit. They're looking for something that's going to be on caliber Walking Dead. They should have did Friday the 13th series, where week after week we got to see them dealing with Jason rather than walkers or something. That would have been interesting. Or do War of the Worlds, and put that on AMC, not on like fucking C.
Which they also had.
Where you have like
that was a syndicated show.
But we don't have that shit, so. They could even put. Too bad they couldn't even put Star Wars on AMC. I know they wouldn't do that. It would be Disney Channel and stuff, but
like we said, like we found out, Lost in Space is being remade for Netflix, and the presumed date for right now is 2018.
Yeah.
So, and that one they've got set up to where the Jupiter 2 is crash land in a alien universe, and they got to find their way back. That's all they've said. They haven't said anything but hardly anything about the.
The only thing I know for sure is that they switched the sexes of Dr. Smith is a female, not a male. That's what I heard. But all right, I was
commenting one time. It would be kind of cool to see oh geez, we got to play Zorro.
Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, Antonio Banderas. I said at one time I thought it'd be kind of neat to have him come into Lost in Space and play John Robinson. Or before I found out the direction they did with Dark Shadows with the Johnny Depp movie, have him be Barnabas and have Depp.
Oh, they should definitely bring maybe they could bring Dark Shadows to Apes.
Yeah, and have Banderas as Barnabas and Depp as Willie Loomis. That's how I thought it would be kind of smooth to see.
Yeah. And
then I found out it was a comedy. And
before we go, I know this is mostly Walking Dead and stuff, but there's rumblings that Benedict Cumberbatch may be Bond after Greg, because they asked him, he said no comment. Ooh. So I know he's locked with Marvel, but there's going to be a time where he's not going to be locked with Marvel, and that is a possibility, which we don't know for sure. Again, it's just stuff was just mentioned,
tossed around.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, I'm gonna be doing casts every night this week, but we're not gonna be doing as many because this new job it's so early and I can't really. I gotta get some sleep. So we're gonna be doing less casts probably during the week, but more casts on the weekend. So, unless things change with the times, we'll see. So, I will see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
Take care. Bye for now.